Hello everyone. Today we'll be going through latest paper for Mathematics B, paper 2, code is 4MB1/02. This was conducted on Monday 10th of June 2024. I'm not showing the paper and I'll be just solving and explaining the solutions. You can refer to the past paper which is available on the net. And I'm not showing the paper due to copyright strikes. So let us go through the question 1. I'll read for you A part, which is saying write 0.00040 zeros and 1596 in standard form. So standard form, we require after first non-zero number we require the decimal. So this answer will be like we'll be moving this decimal off in between 1 and 5, so it will be 1.596, and the jumps we are taking are 1 2 3 4 5 jumps, so into 10 raised to the power 5. This will be -5 because we are jumping to the right. If we are jumping to the left, then it will be positive. And this is 1 mark part which we have done. This one A part was 1 mark, and the B part is, if I read for you, the star series is approximately this much, 8 1 4 6 and 10 zeros. So 1 0 1 2 3 1 2 3 and 1 2 3. This many kilometers from the earth. Light from Sirius takes approximately this many days. This is in kilometers, and this one is 3142.7 days it's taking to reach earth. So calculate the speed in kilometer per second. So we need kilometer per second, so time we need to change into seconds, and seconds basically. Calculate the speed in kilometer per second on to one significant figure that light travels from Ceres to Earth. Give your answer in standard form. Show your working as well. So we will take this number and we will be displaying this. We will be converting basically days into seconds first. So 3142.7 multiply by 24, because there are 24 hours in one day, and multiply by 60 will be minutes, and multiply by 60 will be in seconds. And if we calculate this by the help of calculator, so 3142.7 multiply by 24 multiply by 60 and then multiply by 60 again, it gives us 2715 and 29280, and this is seconds. Then we can calculate speed. We know is equal to distance over time, and we can replace distance. Distance is this many kilometers which is provided, so we can take the distance 81460 and 9 zeros divided by 271529280, and calculator is already having this number, so we'll write the numerator only. So 81460 and 9 zeros, 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, and divided by answer is equal to 3 and 4 zeros, 4 3 1 2 3 4 zeros, 4 point, and next is 4783, and we have to provide in standard form. So we can write 3.0, or we can write 3 into 10 raised to the power 3 into 10 raised power 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we are shifting this decimal after 3, so it will be 10 raised to 5. This will be our final answer, and this is for how many marks? I'm just checking. This one is 4 marks part which we have done. So total question was 5 marks which we have done. Hopefully you understood this question. And now let us move to the question number 2. Question number 2, we will use this triangle. This triangle we'll be using. It's saying the diagram shows a triangle ABC. ABC is the triangle. Using ruler and compasses only, and showing all your construction lines, construct the locus of the point that are 3 centimeter from B. So 3 centimeter from B, we can just draw a circle, which should be, say, I'm just drawing for just for your explanation. Basically, I'll be drawing this circle. It's rough, just you can consider, like, for example, say this is 3 centimeter radius circle, and I'm just showing here. So this is the circle, locus of the points that are 3 centimeter from B. Then we have to, for this is like A part which we have done. B part is the perpendicular bisector of AC. Perpendicular bisector will be a line which will be bisecting. So how we'll be drawing? We will be putting our compass over here, and we will be drawing an arc like this one. I'm just showing on my screen over here, and then we will be putting our compass over here and making an arc like this, and from here also we'll be making another arc. And say, for example, if roughly I'm just drawing the this one line, angle bisector, so roughly I'm just drawing this, and you will have to show your arcs, and your arcs should be at this point roughly, which I have shown over here. So this is like the angle bisector, the perpendicular bisector of AC. It's basically perpendicular bisector of AC, not A. Bisector of angle ACB is basically the second part, C part, which I have drawn. So C part I have done. B part, the perpendicular bisector of AC, we will be drawing. I will be drawing now perpendicular bisector, which is B part. By mistake I've done C part first, so hopefully you understood this. And roughly you will have to draw arcs for this also. And how you will draw arcs? You will be keeping your compass at A and drawing arc, like for example this one, this side and this side. Then you will be keeping compass at C and then drawing arc over here and here, and you will join these 2 points, and this will be the line bisector. Basically AC bisected into 2 portions. Then for D part, they are saying the region R consists of all the points inside the triangle. Points should be inside the triangle that are closer to A. Closer to A than C. So it should be in this area and not in this area. So this is what first condition. So it should be closer to A than C, and closer to BC than AC, and more than 3 centimeters. So we'll have to shade this area, so it should be more than 3 centimeters. So outside the circle, like this one, outside region we are shading, and closer to A, B, like this one, and we will shade this side also, and this will be our final answer. and we will be shading this region which is bounded by all these conditions which we have gone through. So A, B, C, D, all the conditions are being satisfied, and this is the region which we need to shade basically. And exactly, if I show you the drawing, this is basically the exact answer which you should have. Hopefully you understood this. It's exactly the same which we have we got. And the next thing which this is basically done with this question number 2. Now we can move to the question number 3. And if we go to the question number 3, it says for that one we have to basically draw a Venn diagram. And Venn diagram, if I'm just copying the Venn diagram quickly, it will be just 4 circles in a rectangle. So first I'll just draw a rectangle by taking this one. Okay, so this is the rectangle, and we need 4 circles also. So circles will be, one circle will be over here. We can draw one circle. Okay, so I will extend a little to this side, and we can take another circle over here, and which should be like this one, 2 circles. And there is a third circle as well which we can draw here. These are the 3 circles basically, and there is another small circle which we can show over here, and this is basically another circle which I have shown. Now if I label the circles, this circle is A, this one is B, this one C, and this circle is D. Plus they have given some dotted places over here, and then we have to go to the question. And outside they have given number 0, this one 15, this one 16. These numbers are already provided in the answer in the question. So this is the Venn diagram, and they are saying a college offers courses in astronomy, biology, and chemistry and physics. So physics is D, chemistry is C. A group of 220 students are asked which of these courses they study. Here is some information about the numbers of students who study these subjects. So N of A is equal to 58. So 58 students are outside here, undisputed. We can write here these 58 are not shared by anything else. And then they are saying this one 48, B intersection D is 48. So before that one we can go to basically this one, B intersection C. They are saying N of B intersection C intersection D is equal to X. So this information we can write over here, which is X. And then they are saying this information we have already taken. N of B intersection D is equal to 48. We need to basically write this also, B intersection D. So B intersection D is 48. So this will be 48 minus X, because X we have already taken. And then the remaining information is what? 48 N of A is equal to 58, which we have already shown. I'm just showing for your consultation. You can see this one. So we can move this a little over here so you can see properly this one. Then next thing which we'll have to show is N of B, okay, so N of B intersection C intersection D complement is equal to 35. So B intersection C and B intersection C and excluding D complement is 35. So 35 we will identify this area 35 because it's excluding. We will first take B intersection C, then exclude the D portion, and we'll indicate over here, which is 35, and then we will go to the next section, and we have shown these all. Only one is remaining, n of B union C complement. It means excluding B and C. So when we exclude B and C and take intersection with D, and they are saying this is 20, so our number 20 will be over here, which is this one. So we have filled the complete diagram, and A part was using all the information given. Complete the event diagram giving the number of elements in each appropriate subset in terms of X where necessary. So this was 3 marks part, which was labeling of this Venn diagram, which we have done. 3 marks. A part, which we have done, this was labeling. Now the B part, find the value of X. They are saying n of C complement. So for B part, they are saying n of C complement is equal to 105, and we have to find X value. This is our target. So n of C complement, which is not in C. Not in C are 16 plus 48 minus X and plus 20 and plus 58. These are the numbers which are not in C. We can take these numbers. Hopefully you understood this. Now what we can do is we can just equalize this to 105, and we will have to find X value, and for that one we can just simplify. We can shift X to other side, and rest of everything we can keep here, plus 58 and minus 105, and this will be equal to, we can use calculator. So 16 plus 48 plus 20 plus 58 and minus 105 is equal to 37. So X value is equal to, X is equal to 37, which we have done. And this B part was 2 marks. So 2 marks part, which we have done. Hopefully you understood this. Then they're saying write the probability. Write the probability. C part will be going through. Write the probability that this student studies biology only. So bio only is what? Bio only is 16. So these are the students which are studying only bio. So we can write 16 over 220 is the total. So 16 over 220, and this is basically how many marks? This is 1 mark part, and there is one more 1 mark part which they are saying D part, which we have to find. Write on the probability that this student studies chemistry but not bio. Chemistry but not bio will be what? Chemistry but not bio will be this section. So we'll be including 15 and 28. So 15 plus 28 will be 15 plus 28 divided by 220, and this will be equal to 43 over 220. This will be our final answer, and this is also 1 mark part. Hopefully you understood this. Now we can move to the question number 4. For question number 4, we will be using this grid. We can enlarge this grid so that you will be understanding properly over here. Now triangle A. Question, they are saying triangle A and D are drawn on the grid opposite. A and D are there. So we can say A is here, D is here. And the triangle A is reflected in the x-axis to give triangle B. So reflected along x-axis to give B. So we can see from here, this is 1 unit, so we can take 1 unit and this will be the mark. And then we can take from here 1, 2, 3 units, and on this side 1, 2, 3 units, and this will be the mark. And we are just taking in the positioning respect to the x-axis. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units here. So this will be the triangle which we have reflected along x-axis. And if we draw this triangle, wait, I have drawn wrong, so this should be over here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. So 5 units on this side will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units over here. Then we can join the dots, and that will be the reflected triangle which is reflected on x-axis. So reflected in the x-axis to give triangle B, we can label this as B, and A part is done, which is 2 marks. So A part was 2 marks, which we have done. Then B part, they're saying triangle A is transformed to triangle C by rotation of 90° clockwise. You can use tracing paper also, and it will be rotated 90°, and rotation 90° about origin 0, 0. So for this one, if I draw the triangle which is rotated, rotated triangle will be labeled as C, they are saying. Let me check. They are saying that yes, C. So C triangle will be where? After rotation, it will be exactly over here, because how we can check is, if you don't have tracing paper, you can check from here. So let me again draw this. So from the origin, so we'll be drawing from origin this one, and 90° clockwise will be this point. So this point is 90° here, and then we can take the next point will be basically this is C. Okay, so will be next point we can take over here, because of this one we can take 90° over here. And the third point which we can take is over here 5 and 7, so this point, yes. So this is also 90°. So if you have tracing paper, then it will be very, very easy and convenient for you to draw the triangle, and this will be your targeted triangle which we have drawn, and you'll have to label this as C. Basically this is C which we have labeled, and these are the lines which I have drawn for tracing the 90° angle. Now this is your targeted triangle which we have drawn. Hopefully you understood this. 3 and 2 and 1 and 5 and 5 and 7, yes, exactly this one. Then for the next, this was basically B part which we have done, and we have labeled the triangle C. Then C part, they're saying triangle D is the image of triangle A under a single transformation. Describe fully this single transformation. So D is already given. We have to check for single transformation. How we will be checking? We will be drawing the the lines basically. Okay, so respective vertices we will be joining, like this vertex we can join like this, and these two vertices are respective vertices which we can join this one, and the third vertex also we can join, which will be also passing through this one, and if we draw properly this will be the line. And so this is the point. If I highlight, this one is the point, center of enlargement. This is basically enlargement by a scale factor, and we can write this is enlargement by scale factor, because object is on one side and image is on other side of the center, so we will be saying that scale factor is minus, so scale factor will be negative. And if you check the length of this line, you will see 2 centimeter, and this line will be 4 centimeter, so scale factor will be 2, so minus 2 will be the scale factor, because as I told you, image is on one side and object is on the other side of the center of enlargement, so that's why we are taking minus 2. And origin we can take as minus 1 and 2, so center of enlargement we can say minus 1 and 2 will be center of enlargement. So these are 3 points which we have to write to get 3 marks. Now next part, which is D part, if you check, I have given over here the proper answer also, which you can compare with the drawings which we are getting. Hopefully you are understanding each and everything. Then they are saying on the grid, this one, triangle T is transformed to triangle E, which is another triangle. So triangle A is transformed to triangle E. So we have to, under the transformation with the matrix M, matrix M is provided, M is equal to minus 1, 0, minus 1 and 2. This is transformation matrix, and they are saying that we have to describe fully the single transformation. No, this one next, D part. Triangle A is transformed to triangle E under the transformation with the matrix M, where M is equal to this, which I have written on the grid. Draw and label the triangle E. So this transformation we have to apply on A. So we will check the coordinates of A. Coordinates of A, if I write here, this will be minus 5 and 1. So minus 5 and 1 will be 1 coordinate, and then for this one will be minus 2 and 5. So minus 2 and 5, it's not 5, it's 3 basically. So minus 2 and 3, and the third one, which is this one, is having coordinates minus 7 and 5, minus 7 and 5. So these are the 3 coordinates which we got for this triangle A, and these coordinates we will be using here. How we will be using? We will be multiplying this transformation matrix with this one. So transformation matrix is here, minus 1, 0, minus 1 and minus 2. So we will be multiplying this minus 1, 0, minus 2, minus 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2, this one, and we will be, after multiplication we will be getting what? This is how we are multiplying row of the first one with the column of the second one. So this will be what? We will be writing here. So minus 5, minus 1, minus 5 will be minus 1 into minus 5 will be plus 5. So we can write here 5, and then the second row and the same this column, this will be multiplied, and we will be getting 0 into minus 5 will be 0, and minus 2 into 1 will be minus 2. So we'll get this coordinates, and then similarly we will be taking first row and this column, and we will be multiplying, and this will be minus 1 into minus 2 will be 2, and minus 1 and 3 will be, basically we have done mistake in this. If I redo this one, this will be what? This will be minus 1 into 5 will be 5, and minus 1 into 1 will be minus 1. So I will write here minus 1, and then 0 and minus 2 will be here, and similarly, so this will be resulting to what? This will be resulting to 4 and minus 2. Yes, 4 and minus 2. Similarly, when we multiply this second one, it will be resulting to minus 1 minus 2 will be 2, and then minus 3, and the second row will be this one multiplied by same, this will be resulting to 0 and minus 6, and this will be giving us minus 1 and minus 6. This is the second point. And the third point also, we can multiply this row with this column. So this is minus 1 into minus 7 will be 7, then minus 1 into 5 will be minus 5, and then second row and second, this is the same column, so it will be 0 and minus 10. So we'll write minus 10, and this will be giving us 2 and minus 10. So these will be the 3 points which we got after using this M transformation matrix. We got these 3 points, and we can indicate these 3 points as well on the grid. 4 minus 2, so 4 and minus 2 will be, 4 minus 2 will be this point which we have indicated over here, and next is minus 1 and minus 6. Minus 1 and minus 6 will be this point, and sorry, minus 1 minus 6 is not this point. Minus 1 and minus 6 will be this point. Yes, and then next point is 2 and minus 10. So 2 and minus 10 will be this point, and we can join now, and this one will be the required transformation which we have done. This is a little tricky, but this one we got, and we have to label this as E, and if you see, this one is same as this in the marking scheme which they have provided, so it's exactly same. This is the method which I explained you how to reach to this answer as well, and this was also 3 marks question. So total this question was 9 plus 2, 13 marks. So this total question was 13 marks question having 5 marks, and we are done with this 13 marks question. Hopefully you understood this. Question number 5. Question number 5 is differentiation question. I'll read the question for you. A particle P is moving along a straight line at time t seconds. The displacement x meters of P from a fixed point O on the line is given by x is equal to, the given equation is x is equal to k t square minus t cube. This is the equation given. When t is equal to 2, velocity of the particle P is equal to 24 meter per second. This is the velocity given. Then they are saying particle P comes to instantaneous rest at point A. So instantaneous rest at point A, find the distance in meters between O and A. This is 5 marks question which we have to do. So we can find this one velocity. We know velocity is given as 24. So velocity, how we can find the velocity? We are differentiating dx by dt is giving us velocity. So this will be equal to derivative of the given equation will be 2 will be pulled first, and then kt minus 3t, derivative of 3t will be 3t square, and hopefully you know how to differentiate. Then dx by dt, basically when I'm solving the past papers, I take it as that you have done the method, you now will be just solving the question. So dx by dt at t is equal to 2 we will be finding, because t is equal to 2, and we will replace t is equal to 2 over here and here, and we will get 2k into 2 minus 3 into 2. So if you don't know, or if your differentiation is not clear, then you will have to go and practice first the differentiation, and then come to the past paper. So this is equal to 24. Now we can find the k values. So 2 into 2 4, so 4k minus this will be 4 into 3 will be 12 is equal to 24. So 4k is equal to 24 plus 12, which is equal to 36. So k value will be equal to 36 by 4, which is equal to 9. So we got k value as 9. Now this k value we will be replacing, because they are saying 0 instantaneous rest at this one. Okay, so find the distance. To find the distance, we will be replacing t is equal to 9, k is equal to 9, and we will get 2 into k is 9, and t we are replacing in this one, because which equation we are replacing. So this will be 2 into 9, 2 into 9t minus 3t square. In this one we are replacing in this, because its velocity is 0, because changing to reaching to the rest, so achieving rest position. So this will be 18t minus 3t square is equal to 0, and we can take common. 3t will be common, so inside will be 6t 6 only, not t. T is gone out, so 6 minus t, it should be basically 6 minus t is equal to 0. So 3t is equal to 0 and 6 minus t is equal to 0. So t is equal to 0 and t is equal to 6. So these are the two values. Now x, we can find x. So x will be equal to what? X is equal to kt square, minus t cube, t square minus t cube, and we are replacing t is equal to 6. So k value is 9 and t value is 6. So 6 square minus 6 cube, and this will be equal to 9 into 36. We can write here 9 into 6 square and then minus 6 square, and this is equal to 288 basically. 9 into 6 square minus, it should be 6 cube, not this one, is equal to 108. So x value will be 108, which is required. So we are done with this question number. This was question number 5, and which is also 5 marks. Hopefully you understood this. Question number 6. The probability of a spinner landing on red is, probability for landing on red is 0.6, and this spinner is spun once. So A part, they are asking, write down the probability that the spinner does not land on red. So not on, not red will be, not on red will be 1 minus 0.6, and this will be equal to 0.4, and this is 1 mark part. Just too simple. B part. B part says this spinner is spun twice. Calculate the probability that the spinner does not land on red each time. So not red will be 4, 0.4. So 0.4 into 0.4, this will give us 0.16, and this was 2 marks part, which we are done with this. So this will be now C part. Calculate the expected number. Okay, so the spinner is spun 140 times. C part, they're saying 140 times the spinner is spun. So calculate the expected number of times the spinner will land on red. So for red we have probability which is 0.6, so we can write 0.6 into 140, and this will give us 140 into 0.6 will be 84. So 84 times will be our answer for this part. C part is also done. This was 1 mark part which we have done. So D part is a little lengthier, and D part is 6 marks part. So carefully you will have to understand. The bag contains n counters. So there is a bag which is containing n number of counters in it. The counters are red or blue or green. So red or blue or green. So these are 3 colors, and the ratio between them is 2:1:1. So this is the ratio. A sample of 3 counters is taken at random from the bag without replacement. Now the probability of getting 2 red counters. So 2 red counters, red counter, and then again red counter, followed by a blue counter. So next counter is like a blue counter. This one is 5/78. 5/78. 5/78. Okay, so what will be the probability of getting basically this situation? So first is red. Red we know is 2 out of total, which is 4, and so we can, there are n number of counters, so n by 2 will be our probability for getting a red counter. So we can write n by 2 and without replacement. So for next, red will be n minus 1, 1 lesser, and divided by will be n. Basically it will be n by 2. This will be n by 2 because this is the probability of getting first red, and first red minus 1. So n by 2 minus 1 because 1 is gone, and so it will be n minus 1 will be now total. Hopefully you are understanding. I will explain this one again. For first counter, for first counter, the probability of getting red is n by 2, because half of these three type of colors are red, so its probability will be n by 2. Now n by 2 is the probability for first one. For second one, n by 2 minus 1, because 1 is gone at the first draw, and second draw it will be n by 2 minus 1 and divided by total. Now total is n minus 1, total is not n, so that's why we have written here n by 2 minus 1 over n by 2. Hopefully you understood this. Now for next stage, it should be blue. So blue are as it is, same, which is basically getting blue will be n by 4. Basically it will be n by 4, because fourth part is blue, so n by 4. 1 by 4 is the probability for blue, so there are total are n, so n by 4 divided by, now one less, further one less, which is so one more thing, we have to take this as n by 2 over n, because half of n are red, so this will be n by 2 out of n, and then n by 2 minus 1 out of n minus 1, and blue is n by 4 out of the total. Now total is n minus 2, so this will be equal to 5 by 78. So 5 by 78 we can write here. Hopefully you are understanding. Now we can solve this equation and we will get n value. So our equation is n by 2 over n. We can write n over 2n, because fraction over fraction rule. So we can, like if I explain, n by 2 over n, this fraction will be pulled down and it will be changed to this one, which I have written over here. Hopefully you are understanding this. Now the next thing which I want to write is this into this one, which is n by 2 minus 1. So we can write this as n by 2 minus, so it will be n minus 2 over 2 into n minus 1. This is again, if you don't understand, so what I will do, I will take the LCM, so it will be 2, this will be n minus 2, and the whole divided by n minus 1. So this will be term which I have written over here. Again, hopefully you understood this. If you are not understanding this, it means your fractions are weak, so you need to solve the algebraic fractions. Now next one, again fraction over fraction rule, n over 4 into n minus 2 is equal to 5 over 78. Now we can cancel. For cancellations, what we can do is this n minus 2 we can cancel with this n minus 2, and this n will be cancelled with n. So the remaining part we can write n, numerator will be only n, this will be 2 into 2 will be 4, 4 into 4 will be 16, so 16 into n minus 1 is equal to 5 over 28. And now we can cross multiply, and if I just shrink a little, so to make space for the next, okay, now this one we can cross multiply. 28 and 28n is equal to 5 into 16 will be 80, so 80 into n minus 1, so we can write 28, it's not 28, it's basically 78. This one is 78. This one also 78, and this will be 78. So we can open this side will be 80n minus 80, and we can rewrite it as 80n minus 78n is equal to 80. So this will be 2n is equal to 80 and n is equal to 40. So n is equal to 40 we found. And the next basically portion of the question is saying calculate the probability of getting 3 green counters. Give your answer as a fraction. Now n is equal to 40 we will use, and we need what? We need green. First green counter, calculate the probability of getting 3 green counters. First green, second also green, and third also green. Now for getting a green counter, our probability will be what? Our probability will be n by 4, because here green is only 1 out of 4, so we can write n by 4 over n. So if I write the probability, this will be n by 4 over total, which is n. And the next stage, 1 will be lesser, n by 4 minus 1 over n minus 1, 1 less, and then 2 less, so n by 4 minus 2 over this will be n minus 2, and this is our basically the probability for getting all three as green. Now n we have just calculated, n is equal to 40. So this n is equal to 40 we will be replacing in this equation, and we will get 40 over 4 over this will be 40, and multiplication 40 over 4 minus 1 over 40 minus 1, and minus 1 over here, and then multiplication 40 over 4. So 40 over 4 minus 2 over 40 minus. This we can type in the calculator and get answer in one go. So we can write fraction over fraction 40 over 4 and divided by 40, and then we can take multiplication and again fraction over fraction. So this will be 40 over 4 and minus 1 over this will be 40 minus 1, and multiplication this will be fraction over fraction, so 40 over 4 and minus 2 over this will be 40 minus 2, and this is equal to 3 over 247. So this is equal to 3 over 247. This will be our final answer, and this was 6 marks part, which I told you this is C part is tricky and you need to understand this. Hopefully you will be able to understand. Question number 7, we will be referring this diagram, and this is also a little tricky question because this is 3D diagram which you need to understand properly and conceive this. So 3 marks for part A and 5 marks for part B. So A part will first go through the question. They are saying diagram is not to scale, which is written over here, and then figure 1, which is this, shows a right triangular prism ABCDEF, and the base ABCD is on horizontal plane. So ABCD is on horizontal plane. CF is equal to DE, which is 40. So this one is 40. So it means this is also 40 centimeters. And next they are saying EF is equal to DC, which is equal, and also AB, which is equal to 100 centimeters. So this one is 100 centimeters, and this one also 100 centimeters, and this one also 100 centimeters. This is the information provided. Angle FBC is 30 degree, so this angle is 30 degree, which is also provided. The point H lies on the line BF such that BH is equal to, so BH is given, which is 57.5, so 57.5 centimeters is up to this level. Only this length is 57.5 centimeters. And show that A part, we need to show that they are saying show that EH is equal to 102.5 centimeters, and this is our task for 3 marks. So we will be considering what, basically if we see, this is also right angle triangle. Which triangle? Because ABFE is a rectangle, so that's why I have written this as a right angle, which is EFH. Now we can join E with H, and this is our EH, and in triangle EFH we require FH, and then we will be able to do something. So we will consider this triangle. Basically this triangle we are considering, and in this triangle we will write in triangle BCF, sine of theta will be equal to FC over BF. FC over BF will be equal to sine of 30 degrees, and FC is 40, so 40 over BF is equal to sine of 30 degrees. This implies we can write BF is equal to 40 over sine of 30 degrees, and this will be equal to, if we take 40 over sine of 30 degrees, and this is giving us 80, so 80 centimeters we got BF. Now BF is equal to 80, and EH is required, so BF is 80, so we can find HF, so we can write HF is equal to BF minus BH, and this is equal to 80 minus 57.5, so HF will be equal to 80 minus 57.5 and 57.5, and this is equal to 22.5, so 22.5 centimeters is, this length is 22.5 centimeters. Now we can consider the other triangle. EH is equal to, in which triangle? We are considering this triangle, which is EFH. So in triangle EFH, we will apply Pythagoras theorem. So EH is equal to square root of 100, square plus this one 22.5 square, so 22.5 square, and if we use calculator for this one will be square root of 100 square, and this should be plus here, plus 22.5 and square, and this is giving us 102.5, 102.5, and we were supposed to prove this, which they were saying that this is in centimeters basically, and this is 3 marks part which we have done. Now for B part says calculate in degrees. Calculate in degrees to 3 significant figures. We need to calculate angle EHD. EHD we need to calculate. This is a little tricky question. Now first we will see EHD angle is which one from the drawing. EHD, we already calculated EH, which is 102.5. I will write here 102.5. This one we have already calculated, and EHD, if I draw line over here, so EHD will be which one? EHD, if I shade, this will be the triangle. Angle will be EHD, which is this angle which we need to find. So we have one side, two sides we have 102 and 102.5 and 40, and first of all we will be finding HX. HX is X is there basically. They are saying about X, they have X, we can do one thing, we can split this, like I can draw line this one, and I will take this point as X, and this one I can divide this, and we can take this point as Y. So X and Y points I have taken, so HX will be what? If I, okay, so in this triangle, which triangle we are considering, this will be 22.5 square and HX plus this. Okay, so first of all we will consider the triangle BHY. Why we are considering this triangle? Because we need the height HY, so that we can utilize that to find the sides of the triangle EHD. So we have two sides of EHD. We need the third side, which is DH. For that length, we will be first considering the triangle BHY, which is angle B is 30 degree. So I will write here, and then I will shift to the proper place. In triangle BHY, or you can write HBY. So I will write here HBY, which is 30 degree angle. So we can write HY over hypotenuse, which is BH, is equal to sine of 30 degrees, and HY we need to find. So HY is equal to BH, which is 57.5 into sine of 30 degrees, and this one we can calculate 57.5 into sine of 30 degrees, and this is giving us 28.75. so 28 28.75 is hy, which is same as cf, basically, which is same as cf. So cf is 28.75, and cx, basically cx. So cf is equal to 40 degrees, so which will be, we can write cf is equal to cx plus fx. So we can write, this will be fx we need to find, so fx will be equal to 40 minus 28.75, and this will be giving us 40 minus 20, 40 minus answer is giving us 11.25. So 11.25 centimeters. We got this information, and we can shift this information over the proper place, and this will be over here, and we can just reduce a little, and this is the, we reached up to 1125 centimeter, which is fx. Now we can consider another triangle, which is hxf, hx and f. So this triangle we are considering, and we can write in triangle h, x and f. So this will be hx square. Hx square is equal hx square plus, this is one side square, plus other side, which is fx. Fx square is equal to hf square, and this is our Pythagoras theorem which we are applying. We are targeting for hx value, which is this, and this is equal to hf square, which is 11, which is basically 11.25. hx is 11.25, hf is 22.5 square, and minus 11.25 square, and this will be under root, and we can find this as with the help of calculator. So 22.5 square minus 11.25 square is equal to 19.49. So 19.49 centimeter is our hx. Now we can consider another triangle, which is in triangle DYH. Now DYH, we are finally finding DH value. So in this triangle, DH square is equal to what? This will be DCX square, which is DX square plus HX square. So next is what? We can write dx is what? Dx is basically dc square plus cx square and hx square. So dx square we have split into two portions, which is again by Pythagoras theorem, and this will be, we can find this basically, dh will be equal to dc square, means this is 100 square, plus cx square will be 28.75, which we just found, square, plus this will be hx square, which is 19.49 square, and this will be under root because we are leaving the square of dh. Now we can use the calculator, and we will get DH value. So calculator, if I use calculator, this will be square root of 100 square plus this will be 28.75 square plus this will be 19.49 square, and this is giving us 105.86. 105.86. This is DH value which we found. Now we can just shift this at the proper location, and then we will be able to do the last step, which is the cosine rule we will be applying to get the final answer. Okay, now in in this triangle, in which triangle, basically this one, EDH, we have all three sides, and now we can apply cosine rule to find angle EHD. So we have one side as 40, the other side as 102.5, and DH also we just found, which is 105.86. I will write here whatever values we have so that you can compare. We have 40 side, which is ED is equal to 40. Okay, I will write here ED is equal to 40, which is opposite side of the angle, and the other side we have 102.5, which is basically, I will write with the letters so that you can understand. EH will be equal to 102.5 and DH is equal to we just found, which is 105.86. 105.86. These are all in centimeters. These measurements we can utilize, and these are the measurements which I'm shifting to the proper location over here. We have these three measurements of the triangle, and we need to find the cosine angle. So if I write 40 square, so what I will do, I will shift this a little down, like this one over here, and I will write the steps over here for cosine rule. So it will be 40, which is opposite to the angle. So 40 square, which is ED square, is equal to 102.5 square plus 105. Two sides we are taking point. I'm applying cosine rule. Hopefully you are understanding. Minus 2 into one side and into other side 105.86, and cosine of angle EHD, and this is basically the angle and everything. Cosine rule we have applied, and now we can simplify this. It will be 40 square. So I will write here 40 square minus 102. I'm shifting this to other side. This number 105.86 also shifting to other side, and shifting minus 2 as denominator. 102.5 into 105.86, and this is equal to cos of angle EHD. And further we can write it as angle EHD will be equal to cos inverse of this whole thing, and which I will copy, 40 square minus 102.5 square minus 105.86 square divided by minus 2 into 102.5 into 105.86 and bracket close, and this will give us the angle. So shift cos of fraction, which is 40 square minus 102.5 square and minus 105.86 square over this will be minus 2 into 102.5 and bracket close, and next 105.86 bracket close, and the whole bracket will be closed, and this is giving us we missed something. Let me double check what we missed. 0 we missed in over here. 0 we missed, and this is giving us 22.1. so 22.1 degrees. This is the final answer for this question. It's a little difficult part, which is of how many marks I will tell you. This is 5 marks part which we have done, and this was 5 marks part. Children, hopefully you understood this. Question number 8. Question number 8 says a Swiss company makes 3 different types of watches: diver watch and calendar, and third one is automatic. So the number of each type of watch made in Jan, so this is like the Jan situation, is such that diver is 4 ratio, calendar is 6:1, and automatic is ratio 5. The number of calendar watches are these. So number of calendar watches the company makes in Jan is 54. So this number is 54 they have given us. Calculate the number of diver watches. So this one we need to calculate. The company makes in Jan. This is 2 marks part which we have to do. We know that this is sum of ratios is equal to 4 plus 6 plus 5, which is equal to 15. So we can write 6 over 15 will be calendar watches of X value is equal to 54. So X will be equal to 54 into 15 over 6, and we can calculate this. This will be 54 multiplied by 15 divided by 6 is equal to 135. So 135 will be X value. So total are 135. Now 135 divided by 15, because sum of ratios is 15, so we will find for the unit. So divided by 15 is equal to 135 divided by 15 is equal to 1 portion will be 9, and diverse watch is having 4 portions, so we can write 9 into 4 is equal to 36, and 36 will be our final answer for this question. Now for B part, they are saying calculate the total amount Mel earns in Jan. So they are saying in Jan, basically if we go to the complete B part, Mel works for the company. She earns 32 Swiss francs for each hour worked plus 6% off. So 35 Swiss francs for each hour, so per hour, and plus this is 6% of the value of the watches she sells. So value of watches which she sells. So this is the formula by which we will be calculating. And they are saying in Jan, Mel works 120 hours. So 120 hours she worked, and so this will be multiplied by 35 francs because per hour is 35, and the value of this one 13,000. So 6 plus 6% of 13,000 is the value of the watches which she sold. And if we calculate this will be 120 multiplied by 35, and plus this will be 6% of 6% of 13,000. This one is equal to 4980. It's basically 32, not 35. Yeah, so by mistake I have written 35. This should be 32 over here. So if we change 32 over here, so we will get 4620. So this is equal to 4620, and the currency will be Melworks. Okay, calculate the total amount. Okay, so this will be Swiss francs. This is the amount she earned, and this is 2 marks part which we have done. This was 2 marks. Now for a C part, in Feb, C part, they're saying what happens in Feb is Mel works 150 hours. So 150 hours she worked and earn a total amount of 8040. So earning is equal to 8040 Swiss francs. So calculate the value of the watches Mel sells in Feb. So number of watches. So we can calculate. This will be 150 hours. So 32 into 150 hours. This much for 150 hours because each hour is 32 Swiss francs. So plus 6% of some amount which we don't know, and this is adding up to 8040, and we need to calculate. So this will be, we can calculate 6% of x is equal to 8040 minus this will be 32 into 150, and this will be equal to, we can write 8040 minus in brackets 32 into 150. This will be, this is result into 3240, and x will be equal to 3240 divided by 6%, and this one we can divide by 6, and this is the percentage is equal to 54000. This will be the amount which we have calculated. Calculate the value of the watches. So value of watches in Swiss franc, this one. Now for D part, to answer the D part, what I will do, I will make the space a little, I'll shrink it so that we can okay, so this one is done, and I will just make space for this D part as well, and this is okay, done. Now C part is 3 marks, which we have already completed. This is 3 marks. Now D part, we can quickly go through D part. D part says in March. Now this is in March. What happens? The company makes 250 automatic watches. The cost to make each automatic watch is 80 Swiss franc. So cost is 80 Swiss franc. 64% of these automatic watches are sold for 140. So 64% of 250 are sold, and those will be 64% of 250 will be equal to 160. So 160 watches are sold, and each of 140 Swiss francs. So 160 multiplied by 140 Swiss francs. So this will be multiplied by 140. So this is equal to 22400 Swiss francs. This is 160 they sold, and the remaining automatic watches. Now remaining watches are how many? Remaining are total are 250. Out of 250, 160 are sold. So there will be 90 more watches. So 90 watches are sold at the price of the remaining automatic watches are sold in America for dollars multiplied by dollars 216. So this will be dollars, and we can calculate this. 90 into 216 will be equal to $19440. 19440, this many dollars. And they are saying using an exchange rate of 1 Swiss franc, 1 Swiss franc is equal to $1.08. So this is the currency conversion which we have to use and calculate the total profit in Swiss franc the company makes on these 250 watches. So we have calculated basically 19440. So we will convert this into Swiss franc. So 19440 divided by 1.08, and this will be equal to 1.08 is equal to 18000, and this is plus, these are Swiss francs, basically Swiss francs plus this amount which they found. This one they have already sold this Swiss franc for 160 watches. So this plus this we will be doing, and we will be getting a total of what? 22400 plus 18000. This will be resulting to 40400 Swiss franc. And then they are saying the profit which we need to calculate. So cost will be what? I will change the color so that you will not be confused. So cost of these watches is what? Cost is 80 per watch, which is mentioned. So 250 into 80 will be equal to how much? This will be 250 into 80 is equal to 20,000. So 20,000 Swiss franc, and profit will be equal to 40,400 minus 20,000, and this will be 20,400 will be profit in Swiss francs. And this was question for 5 marks which we have done. Hopefully you understood this question as well. This was calculation, reverse calculation. Also in D part it was in C part it was reverse calculation, where we suppose this x value and we calculated it. Hopefully you understood this. Let us move to question number 9. In question number 9, table of values, we can refer to this as the table of values, and we have to complete this. So they're saying a graph has equation of the graph is what? Y is equal to 1 over 4 x square minus 3 minus 1 over x, when x is not equal to 0. And what we have to do is, first of all, for a part we need to complete the table of values, and this is the table of values, and we can easily complete by typing in the calculator, and we can type in calculator 1 over 4, and next is alpha and x, and this will be square, and minus 3 minus 1 over x. 1 over x will be this value, and calculate for x is equal to minus 4. We will check whether we are getting 1.25 or not. So calculate for minus 4, and we are getting 1.25, so it's everything is fine. Now we can calculate for minus 2. So calculate for minus 2, and this is giving us minus 1.5. so our number will be here, minus 1.5. now we'll calculate for minus 1, and equation is already there. We just press calculate for minus 1, and this is giving us minus 1.75, minus 1.75, and next value is for 1. So calculate for x is equal to 1, and this is giving us value minus 3.75, minus 3.75, and this table of value is done, which was for 2 marks, which is a part. We are done with the table of values. Now for B part, they are saying, on the grid opposite, plot the points from your completed table and draw the graph of the same equation. So this is the grid which we'll be utilizing, and we will be, I just want to increase in size so that you can clearly understand. Now our first point is minus 4 and 1.25. So minus 4 and 1.25, minus 4 minus 4 and 1.5 is here, so 1.25 roughly we are taking this one. Then the second point is minus 3 and 0.42. So 0.41242 we can take over here. And the third one is no, this should be minus basically, so it should be down here. So 1 2 3 4 over here. Yes. Now the next point is minus 2 and minus 1.5. 1.5 is here. We got this. Then minus 1 and minus 1.75. So 1.75 will be here. And then comes to minus 0.5 and minus 9.4. So 8 and 9.4 we can take over here, very close to 1. And then next is 2 minus 1 is done, so this is also done. And next point is 0.5 and minus 4.94. 0.5 and minus 4 minus 4.94. 4.94, very close to 5. And then next is 1 and minus 3.75. Minus 3.75 will be over here in the middle. And then 2 and minus 2.5. 2 and minus 2.5 will be this one. And 3 and minus 1.08. 1.08 will be around here. And then comes 4 and 0.75. 0.75 will be over here. So we have done the points and we need to draw. So to draw this one, if they are saying on the grid opposite, plot the points from your completed table and draw the graph. So if we draw the graph, smooth graph is required, so we can draw the graph like this one. One line will be this one and second line will be like, if I draw smooth curve, it will be like this one and bending upward, and it will be going like this one. So this is done. We are done with the graph. Then B part is done. C part, using your graph, find the estimates to one decimal place of the solution of the equation. And now given equation is what? Given equation is 1 by 4 x square minus 3 minus 1 over x is equal to 0. So we need the this is the same as y. So y is equal to 0 will be on x-axis, and if we see the solutions will be, we can take like this one will be minus this point will be is minus 3.3. so our one solution will be C part. I'm giving the solution over here. So 3.3 minus 3.3 will be one solution, and this solution is minus 0.3. So minus 0.3, and the third solution, if we check over here, is around 3.6. so 3.6, these will be the three solutions, and these three solutions are of 1 mark. We have to provide, just see and check. Okay, D part is 4 marks, and they're saying by drawing a suitable line on the grid, find the range of values. So suitable line, range of values to one decimal place from like x from 4 to 4, for which basically x is from maybe minus 4 to 4, this one. And the equation given is 1 by 4 x square minus 2 minus 1 over x is less than equal to 0. So we will draw the suitable line. Basically we need to draw for this purpose, and that we can do. Y is equal to this will be like 1 by 4 x square and minus 2 minus 1 over x, and we can write minus 1 because we need here minus 3 for y value. It is minus 3 over here. If you check this one, minus 3, but here we have minus 2, so we will take minus 1 and plus 1 on this side and less than equal to 0. and now we can write this as 1 by 4 x square minus 3 minus 1 over x is less than equal to this will be minus 1 on this side, so this is y is less than equal to minus 1. So we will be taking y is equal to minus 1 line is where. So if we draw the line y is equal to minus 1, that line, if I draw, I'll try to draw with this one thick so that you can understand. Otherwise I will draw the normal line because maybe you are confused. So this one is the line y is equal to minus 1, and we can identify the points, and those points are what? These are the points. If we take this point is minus 2.5, so up to this one, this is minus 2.5, which I'm mentioning here. And then the second point is this one, which is minus 0.5, this one. And the third point is we can take like 3.1, so 3.1, and these are the points. So line, if I write here for D part, y will be equal to minus 1, or we can write less than equal to minus 1. So the point will be in between minus 2.5 to minus 0.5, and between 0 to 3.1. These will be the points, 3.10 and 3.1. Yes, so these will be the points. Hopefully you understood this. So less than, basically minus 1 is this region. If I show you, it's this region, and lower than this region, basically 0 to 3.1 will be lower region for this area. So 0 to this, basically we can highlight this portion over here. So 0 is basically, so lower portion we can highlight. So this will be our final answer for this question. Question number 10, f of x is given. So I will copy here. F of x is equal to 6x cubed minus 6p minus 1 x square minus 5p plus q into x plus 2, and where p and q are integers, given that 2x plus 1 is a factor of f of x. So this is factor of f of x, and we need to show, for a part we need to show that 2p plus q is equal to minus 3. This is our task for 2 marks. And we know that if 2x plus 1 is a factor, it means what? It means that 2x plus 1 we can write equal to 0. So x is equal to minus 1 by 2. So f of x at minus 1 by 2 should be equal to 0. So we can write f of minus 1 by 2 is equal to what? 6. X cube means 1 by minus 1 by 2. So I will write here minus 1 by 2 cube. I'm replacing in the main this equation, and hopefully you are understanding. Then minus, this will be 6p minus 1 into minus 1 by 2 square minus 5p plus q into minus 1 by 2 plus 2. This will be our f of minus 1 by 2, and we'll put equal to 0 by factor theorem. This is what we know, that if something is factor, so it's f of that value will be equal to 0. Now we can simplify, and this will be 6 into, we can write 6 in brackets minus 1 over 2, and this will be cube, and this is equal to minus 3 by 4. So we can write here minus 3 by 4, and then minus 1 by 2 square will be 1 by 4. So minus 1 by 4 into 6p minus 1, and minus 5p plus q. So we can write it as plus 1 by 2 5p plus q. If you are understanding, it's fine. Otherwise, it means if you're not understanding this simplification, it means you need to revise algebra portion. So now we can multiply everything by 4. So we'll get minus 3 minus into 6p minus 1, and next will be plus, this will be 2 into 5p plus q, and plus 8 is equal to 0. Now we can open the brackets, and this will be minus 3 minus 6p plus 3 and plus 10p plus 2q plus 8 is equal to 0. So further we can simplify. Next step, we can write minus 3 and plus 3 will be this will be plus 3 from where we got this plus 3, by the way. So this is 6p minus 1. It should be plus 1 here. So plus 1 here, yes. So minus 3 plus 1 and plus 8, we will be simplifying, and we will get 6, and 6 minus 6p and plus 10p will be plus 4p, and plus 2q is equal to 0. Further we can simplify. This will be 4p plus 2q is equal to minus 6, or this implies we can write 2p plus q is equal to minus 3, and this was the statement which we were supposed to prove. We are done with this proof. Hopefully you understood this. Now further I will just reduce the size of this one a little to the readable size, and then next is B part basically. So for B part, what we can do is, what is B part? First we will go through the B part, and then we will be solving this. So B part says, find given that x minus p is also a factor of f of x. Now x minus p is also factor of f of x. This implies what? X minus p is equal to 0, and this implies x is equal to p. We can write x is equal to p. So find the value of p and q. Find the value of p and value of q. Show clear algebraic working, and this is 7 marks question. It's huge. 7 marks question. So I'm copying the equation 6x cube minus 6p minus 1 x square minus 5p plus q into x plus 2 is equal to 0, because this is also a factor. So we will replace x is equal to p. So 6p cube minus 6p minus 1 and p square, and this will be minus 5p, and q value we can replace this one. So plus this will be minus 2p minus 3, and this will be p plus this will be 2 equal to 0. Further we can simplify. We can open the bracket. So 6p cube minus 6p cube and minus minus plus p square, and this will be minus 5. Basically it's not p, it's not q, it's p. Here we are doing mistake, this one. So 5p and square, we are opening the square also, so minus into minus plus 2p square and minus minus plus 3p plus 2 is equal to 0. Further we can cancel, these two will be cancelled, and we can simplify. P square and p square will be 3p square, so minus 2p square. So we can write minus 2p square, and what else, plus 3p plus 2 is equal to 0. We can change sign, so 2p square minus 3p and plus 2 is equal to 0. We need to factorize this. If we factorize and by using calculator, so coefficient of p square will be 2, coefficient of p is minus 3, and constant is 2, and we are doing some mistake. We need to check. It's 2 minus 3, and it should be minus 2 here. This should be minus, we are doing mistake, so this value should be not 2 and minus 3 and minus 2, and it's giving us again we are doing some minus 2, it should be minus 2. So 2 minus 3 and minus 2, and it's giving us 2 and minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2. Change sign, and we can use these two values and write the factors, and this will be, factors will be p minus 2 and p plus 1 by 2, or we can write 2p plus 1, and this is equal to 0. So p is equal to 2 and p is equal to minus 1 by 2. Minus 1 by 2, we will reject this value. Why we are rejecting? The reason is that in question they have mentioned that p and q are integers. So one answer, p value is this one which we found, and q value we can replace in this one. Q is equal to, we can write q is equal to minus 2 into p value 2 in minus 3, so this will be minus 4 minus 3, so minus 7. Q value is minus 7. So we found p and q values. Hopefully you understood this. Now C part, they are saying factorize fully f of x. Factorize fully f of x. We need to factorize. Now two terms we already have. We have 2x plus 1, and the second term we have is x minus 2, x minus 2. These two terms we already have, and there is one more term which is third term which we need to find, and then our factorization will be complete. So if we multiply these two, we will be getting what? This will be 2x square. 2x into x will be 2x square, and minus 4x and plus x and minus 2, which we can simplify. 2x square minus 3x minus 2. So this will be one of the factors, and we will be dividing the equation. Which equation we will be taking? We can take this equation, which is the main equation of the question. We will be just replacing p is equal to p, and q value we need to replace. So I will do one thing. I will write the equation x cube minus otherwise what we can do, we can copy this one, and from here I'm just copying this, so we can use this over here. This will be, and this equation we will have to replace x is equal to p is equal to 2. So our values x cube minus 6 into 2 will be 12. So 12 minus 1 will be 11 x square, and minus 5p is 2, so it will be 10. So this will be 10 minus 7 for q value, and x plus 2, and we can further write it as x 6x cube minus 11x square, and minus this will be minus 3x plus 2, and this one we can factorize. This will be our equation which we will be dividing, and we'll be dividing by 2x square minus 3x minus 2, and we can multiply with 3x, so it will be 6x cube minus 9x square and minus 6x. And changing signs, after changing signs we can cancel these two, and next will be minus 2x square and plus 3x plus 2, and then by minus 1, so minus 2x square plus 3x and minus 2, this will be plus 2, and after that we will change sign, plus minus minus, and we can cancel this, so our factor will be this one. So our final answer will be what? Final answer will be two factors are these, x plus 2x plus 1 and x minus 2, 2x plus 1 and x minus 2, and third term will be 3x minus 1, and this is complete factorization which we have done, and this is 7 marks question which we have done. Hopefully you understood this. Question number 11. F is the function such that f is defined like this one, 2x minus 5 when x is greater than 1. And a part they are saying find the value of m. M value we need to find. F of m is equal to 0. So a part we will solve first. So this will be f of x. We can write f of x is equal to 2x minus 5. So f of m will be equal to 2m minus 5, and f of m is equal to 0 means this is equal to 0. So 2m will be equal to 5. So m will be equal to 5 by 2, which is equal to 2.5. So this is done, and this is 2 marks part which we have done. Hopefully you understood this. Now B part says g of x is a function, and function is defined like g of x is defined 7 minus 8x over 2x plus 1, and they're saying find g of minus 1. This is what we need to find. So we will replace, we can write g of x is equal to 7 minus 8x over 2x plus 1, and g of minus 1 will be equal to 7 minus 8 into minus 1 over 2 into minus 1 plus 1, and this will be 7 plus 8 over this will be minus 2 plus 1 will be minus 1, so it will be minus 15 will be answer, and this is 1 mark. 1 mark part A was 2 marks, this is 1 mark. Now C part is also there, and C part says state the value of x which must be excluded from any domain of G, and for that one we will have to, we know that excluded value will be by replacing denominator equal to 0, 2x plus 1 equal to 0, so x will be equal to minus 1 by 2, so this value need to be excluded, and this is also, C part is also 1 mark part. Now the D part says find the value of x to 3 significant figures for which f of x, they are telling us f of x is equal to g of x, and we need to show our working also clearly. F of x is equal to g of x. So what is f of x? F of x is 2x minus 5 equal to g of x, which is 7 minus 8x over 2x plus 1, and this one we need to move, and this one we can solve here, and this will be after cross multiplication, we can cross multiply like this, and this will be 2x minus 5 into 2x plus 1 is equal to 7 minus 8x. So this will be 4x square, 2x into 2x will be 4x square, and then plus 2x, then minus 10x, and minus 5 is equal to, we can shift this as well to this side, and we can write minus 7 plus 8x is equal to 0. And further we can simplify, so 4x square plus 2x and 8x will be, this will be what, minus 8x. Minus 8x will be going to other side as plus 8x, yes, and 2x and 8x will be 10x, so 10x minus x, so these will be cancelled, we can cancel these two and this one, and it will be minus 12 is equal to 0. So 4 we can take common, so x square minus 3 is equal to 0, so 4 is not equal to 0, so this implies x square minus 3 is equal to 0, and this is what this says, that x square will be equal to 3 and x will be equal to plus minus under root 3. So we are not taking minus, we will be writing this. Why? Because x is greater than 0. Reason is x is greater than 0. So x value will be under root 3. They have mentioned basically that x is greater than 1. So that's why we are not taking negative value. Now for E part, h is a function. E part, we can write E part over here. H is a function such that h function is defined like this one, 2x square plus 4x minus 5, and x is greater than minus 1, and they're saying express h of x in this format: a x plus b square minus c. A, b, c are integers. So in other words, we'll have to write this in completing square format. So we will take this equation, 2x square plus 4x minus 5. Coefficient we have to take common first, and that will be 2. Take common from first 2, x square plus 2x and minus 5, and further we can apply this one. We can write here x, this is the completing square method, 2 copy sign, then 2 divided by 2 will be 1 whole square, and minus whatever here we are taking here with square and bracket close, minus 5. This is the tail portion. And what else? We can write this as 2 into x plus 1 square and minus 2 into 1 square minus 5, and this will be 2 into x plus 1 square, and this will be minus 7, and this is the final answer for this E part. And E part was 3 marks, so 3 marks part we have done. Now we can move to the F part. This is the last part. Hence find the inverse, H inverse. So we need H inverse. We need to find in the form H inverse, like this format we have to provide. So what we can do is we can take h of x. H of x is equal to, in completing square we just found, which is I'm copying here, x plus 1 square minus 7, and we can write y is equal to 2x plus 1 square minus 7. Then we have to make x as subject, and to make x as subject, first we will shift 7. So y plus 7 is equal to 2 into x plus 1 square. Then we can shift 2, so y plus 7 over 2 will be equal to x plus 1 square, and then we can get rid of square, so y plus 7 by 2 under root will be equal to x plus 1, and this one we can shift 1 to other side, so x will be equal to minus 1 plus square root of y plus 7 by 2, and this one is our H inverse. We need to swap x and y, so this will be y is equal to minus 1 plus x plus 7 by 2, and this will be under root, and this is our H inverse of x, and we can write H inverse of x like in the required form, H inverse of x. H inverse of x like this, and minus 1 plus square root of x plus 7 by 2, and this will be the final answer. We are done with the paper, and hopefully you understood each and everything. There were a little tricky questions also, and hopefully you understood each and everything. Don't forget to subscribe the channel and recommend this channel to your friends and class fellows, and introduce this channel to your respected teachers. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Bye.